now. He was sitting back here in 16th. We said he had a good drive. Listen, that guy's up to 12th now. So he picked up a couple more spots, 3 or 4 more spots last time around. We knew that the number 19 wasn't going to sit back there and dilly-dally around. He was going to make hay while the sun shines. And that's exactly what he's doing now on that number 19 Yamaha.
Yeah, Paleologus, very familiar name with us. Making some moves. 2:06, good lap time for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he brought Whispering Smith with him. I believe he picked up a spot as well last time around.
Watching Diesel Thomas, our leader, out in front. Boy, very reminiscent of race number 1 with Haas. Get out in front early. You don't have to worry about being in a battle. You got the clean air. Just be methodical as you get around your lap traffic. And you can see him, hey, he's up on the foot pegs, eyes forward. Left-hand turn, man, looking real good early. Little dab right there, but we're not going to pick on him. It's good.
Well, exactly. I'm not going to pick on him, but, you know, we're going to mention it. Want to remind everybody, there's to be one drone and one drone only in the air. I think I saw another drone. Do we have 2?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I know we have one.
I saw a drone in our drone shot.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right, very good. Awesome. So just want to remind everybody, appreciate your cooperation with that. We're going to only have one drone in the air. We've got the best drone operator in the business. And let's leave the job to him, please.
Hey, shout out to Gabe. Gabe does a good job.
Absolutely. Gabe's off.
Great job.
For sure.
He's probably a sigh of relief this week. Normally does our drone operator for GNCCs. Well, there's trees here, but not nearly as many as what we have to face at a GNCC.
Yeah, and the lap is not 13 miles.
Yeah, that's also true.
So, yeah. So Diesel Thomas out front and doing work. Very consistent. His best lap time of 1:59. Turning 2:02s right now. At this point in the race, lap number 4, they're getting spread out just a bit. So that variance of 2.5 seconds or so, that's pretty consistent here early in the week. So Carter Malcolm 2:02 last time. Dakota Aldridge 2:06. McKellar 2:06. There's Cole Forbes. We mentioned he's turning 2:03s. He's 3 to 4 seconds faster than the guys ahead of him on lap number 4. He's definitely trying to put that number 50 KTM up on the box.
Yeah, I didn't see it happen. Maybe he went down early in this one too, because no visor for Cole Forbes.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. We didn't happen to catch that one. As we look a little further back, there's Reese Wheaton. Reese Wheaton, he's now in the 7th spot. I believe he was 8th last time around. Again, he's turned to 2:05. Guys ahead of him just a bit slower.
So Thomas, Malcolm, Aldridge, McKellar, Forbes, Wyatt McGrath, Reese Wheaton, A.J. Green, Logan Edwards, and Jaden Riley rounding out your top 10 here this morning for your 450B.
Yeah, right now you see Dakota Aldridge all over Carter Malcolm trying to close that gap. It was just a bit closer a second ago, and Malcolm just grabbed a handful, got a good drive out of the corner, tries to open that gap as they work their way back into the beach.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Forbes has actually gotten around Baylor McKellar. I think that was the 59 I saw that he was just in front of. There is Forbes, the number 50. So Forbes, pretty good gap, though, out in front of Forbes.
Okay.
Got to ride real well.
There we go.
So Aldridge just checked in, 5 laps completed.
Yep.
So still Diesel Thomas out in front, staying right in that 2:03, 2:04 range. Carter Malcolm in the 2 spot. Yeah, Dakota Aldridge, Forbes, and it was Forbes making the pass.
And again, he turns a 2:03. Aldridge ahead of him, a 2:06. Now your leader's 2:04, Malcolm 2:03. So Forbes on a mission right now. Forbes wants to put that number 50 machine up on the box.
Forbes said, Mikey, you doubted me last year. You doubted me. Give me 1 year. I'm going to have not the best start. Obviously, the visor's missing, okay, but he just might be in the fight for a podium. Here late.
Those Woods guys are used to that. They come up missing
Yeah.
parts and
You're not going to wear them out. That's for
bent
sure.
stuff all the time.
They're not going to get tired. Forbes, you know, he got into the point where he's running 3-hour races on Sunday, so certainly acclimated. He said hot, humid, doesn't matter.
No place to rest at the ranch.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, there's no long right of way. There's no power line climb. There's no fire road.
No
place to take a rest here, bro.
Catch some breeze. That was one of the things I think maybe Kevin was talking about yesterday. Kevin, grab that mic. I'll let you talk to it. the way the Loretta Lynn's track is set up, like it's hard to get like a good flow, right? I mean, it's like taxing. Every section has got its own thing.
Absolutely, this track has always been challenging. It's got the mulch and the native soil to the area.
So Diesel Thomas last time around 202 just checks in on lap number 6.
Check.
Malcolm closing that gap just a bit on the number 67 KTM. Dakota Aldridge looking to check in right now. He's going to be in that 3rd position. He turned to 206 last time around. Was he able to pick up the pace just a bit? Cole Forbes was making the push, so Aldridge 208. Look at this. Cole Forbes drops down to a 202 last time around, so just about 6 seconds quicker than the rider in front of him. Aldridge must have had a little mistake there, maybe a little incident with a lapper, that type of thing. But 202 for Thomas, 202 for Malcolm, and 202 for Forbes sitting back in that number 4 spot. Forbes has been on the move, Jackson Burrell, this whole moto. And I got to tell you, that guy's determined. That guy wants on that box. And he maybe wants the top of the box by the time this one's over.
Yeah, Cole Forbes has been charging hard, but Megawatt, I've had my eyes on that number 34 Kawasaki machine, Reese Wheaton as well. He has made his way from 10th place, now up to 5th. Oh, every lap he's clicked off at least one person.
Exactly, and when you mention that, now he finally caught up to the guys running his pace. You know, he's worked his way through the pace. Last time around, Wheaton a 205. Now all of a sudden he's caught that 40 retarded, the 50 we're talking about, Cole Forbes. Forbes turned to 202. Aldridge right now in the hot seat. Aldridge needs to find some speed right now.
So how about Diesel Thomas up there, a 159.6, the only person to be able to drop it down below a 2-minute mark.
So 6 laps in the book.
So who's gonna be on their way? Talk with Zach Aaron down on the podium. Diesel Thomas.
I tell you,
doing all the right things.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And Carter Malcolm has been right there, applied steady pressure. 7 laps now as your leader checks in. Look at it, another 202. His best time's 159. And I got to say, I've seen 5 202s out of these 7 laps.
Yeah.
You know, that guy's consistent right now. Now Carter Malcolm finally back there, just wore down just a bit. He's 2 seconds off the pace. He was matching Thomas for about 5 laps. Dakota Aldridge yet to check in. There he comes right through there.
Forbes.
There we go. Forbes is able to make the pass right here, basically in front of us. Reese Wheaton, as we said. Now Reese Wheaton picks up 2 last time around, puts him into the number 4 spot. Whole new ball game right now, fellas.
Yeah, tough break for Dakota Aldridge. Falls back to the number 5 position. He's got to regroup, and you can see a little mistake there. Actually ran a 2:14. So tough lap for Dakota Aldridge.
And the numbers will normally tell the story. Your leader, 202. Carter Malcolm in second, 204. Forbes a 205 in third. Reese Wheaton a 205. Then we see 214, 209, 211, 28. A big gap outside of those top 4 right there. Shows us what the necessary pace is.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And you nailed it, Diesel Thomas. I think I saw 1:204 in there for Diesel.
Yeah.
That was the lap. He's like, okay, I got a good gap. Let me get a little breather, check up a bit. But, boy, he's just been on the throttle since. Looking real good on Racer TV right now.
When we look at his best lap number 2, Kevin Ness, he put the sprint in. He put the sprint in right there, knew what he had to do. And you see that 159. His best lap was lap number 2. So able to put himself out early into that lead. Got a little bit of a gap. Able to maintain that. Carter Malcolm been relentless. Cole Forbes still turning the fast laps. Reese Wheaton matching with a 205 now. Taking a look just a little further back, we were talking about some of those battles. A.J. Greenwell in that 11th spot. Devin Roots in 12th. Paleologos having some trouble. He'd worked himself up. Now he's back into the 13th spot. J.J. Concannon rides 14. Whisper and Smith kind of riding around back there in the 15th position. He's been locked in a battle. He's running good laps at 209s, but man, had his work cut out for him. Josh Bowman 16th. Logan Forward 17th. Jaden Wolf in that 18th position. Ryder Thompson in 19th. And Victor Felicellner in that number 20 ride. That's going to be your top 20 rundown by Amsoil, the first in synthetics.
Well, we welcome to the booth Kevin Wyndham. Take two, right? Hey, that's how it is. It's all good. So we were talking early, man. Hey, you've had a chance to watch it. But Kevin, give us your professional perspective on this.
Well, the track's shaping up really nicely this morning. Already a little bit rough. I was excited as an older guy to watch the first moto this morning. Track was amazing, but already seeing some pretty nice lines establishing, and probably about as optimal as it's going to get unless you're right behind a maintenance today. So some great racing already this morning. Started out with some heavy hitting classes, and love watching Diesel Thomas put it down right now. I mean, he looks great. Like you said, Megawatt super consistent, threw down a heater early, but backed it up lap after lap after lap as he needed to.
Exactly. You know, a lot of times I mentioned, you know, you see you have to make that move and your body doesn't react. Yeah. You know it's critical. Oh, there's a gap. There's a this. And he did exactly what he needed to do early in this one. In that first race, Haas, man, he just saved it, got himself out front early, and much like Diesel Thomas in this one, the number 54 was able to really put in that good lap. And so far, Carter, Malcolm, Forbes, Wheaton been chasing.
We were talking a second ago about just how you don't, there's obviously moto, you get no breaks, right? But there's something about this, some tracks flow, right? Loretta Lynn's is so technical, so tough that like once you get out of one section, you get that quick breath and then you're right into something very, very complicated.
Absolutely, this track is very complicated, and most of the riders, talking to a lot of West Coast guys this week, California guys, not a lot of ruts. So you say there's different sections of track, right? But sometimes there's a rut going all the way from one section to another. And of course you got the 10 Commandments, which are there's a lot of commandments not to break there, right? We saw a lot of guys going down yesterday, and you know, some sections with sawdust and some sections with sand, and very, very challenging race course, of course, with the pressure of the week and trying to do your best with the world's best, the world's fastest 42, all showing up here at the ranch to compete. Challenges are all over the place this week, right? You can have them every which way you look, but this is definitely a challenging race course and brings out the best in the riders, and hopefully sometimes the worst, but
yes.
You can navigate those challenges. Hopefully see you under that tent or maybe top of the box.
So Diesel Thomas last time around turned to 2:04. He's been 2:02 the whole time with a fast lap of 1:59, but consequently look behind him. Malcolm, Forbes, Reese Wheaton was turning those 2:04s, now 2:08. Malcolm and Forbes 2:06s. McGrath 2:10. Yeah. So this guy has done exactly what he did. This guy has managed the race out front, has Diesel Thomas.
Yeah, and you can see it in the body language of Diesel Thomas earlier. He was up on the foot peg, standing, looking right in front of him. Now he's kind of relaxed, just flowing with the track, sitting on the seat a little bit more. He's feeling it right now. He's got this thing. He's just got to ride smart.
Jackson, you got to believe Aldridge, McGrath, Wheaton, Forbes, these guys are thinking, man, start. Yep. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. They're thinking, man, had we been up there, had we got that running very similar time, put in great rides, used a lot of energy to get where they are. Things could have been just a bit different if they got a little bit better start.
Well, one good thing about it, Megawatt, they can get that confidence up, and then going into Moto number 2, they know that they're where they're supposed to be at, and you know they're going to try as hard as they can to get up there on that whole shot.
Yeah, they're feeling the pace right now. They know what to expect, and late into this one, 9 laps in.
And checker flag flies, so Diesel Thomas on the number 54 Husqvarna going to be able to get it done here in Moto number 1.
I got to tell you, this one did not disappoint either. That Bet 30 Plus was awesome. Diesel Thomas come out. There was a quick lead change right here just before the 10 Commandments. And other than that, I mean, he just went to work. You saw Forbes work his way through the pack. Reese Wheaton worked his way through the pack. So right now, 1 and 2, Diesel Thomas, Carter, Malcolm so far. Looks like, is Forbes right there still as he works through? Yep.
What a ride by him, right?
Not
a great start. Obviously, maybe a get-off. Got to think a get-off. Missing a visor. Regroups, hangs on for a third place.
How about that?
To talk with Zach Herron down on the podium. But Diesel Thomas, Carter Malcolm, Cole Forbes, Reese Wheaton going to head back to the pits and say, what do we got to do to get up there and fight with this guy? So as we wait to get the podium set up here in just a moment with Zach Herron. There's Zach Herron. You guys used to seeing him, GNCC's, our podium man. Got podium duties this weekend here at Loretta Lynn's. We'll have Jason Wygant down there later. He's got the SMX Insider he's doing with JT, Jason Thomas out here. Those guys out and about this morning. We'll also be joined by Kevin Kelly later today, as well as the insane Wes Kane. So So while we wait on that podium to get set up here, race number 3, well, we'll tell you what, we'll highlight some of the top riders here out of this 450B class first. Gives Diesel Thomas, and Zach, you take it away when you need to, bud. You just jump in there when you need. We got our eyes on you. Diesel Thomas taking first place, Carter Malcolm second, Cole Forbes third. Reese Wheaton will take fourth place with Wyatt McGrath in fifth. Outside of that, Dakota Allridge takes sixth place. Baylor McKellar, 7th. 8th place going to go to the number 12 Yamaha. Logan Edwards. Jaden Riley going to take 9th place. And rounding out your top 10, the number 36 KTM of J.J. Concannon. It sounds like Zach Herron's ready down on the podium.
Perfect time in there, Mikey. It is time to do some celebrating. He's got a gold medal in hand and a first moto win. Please put your hands together for Diesel Thomas. Diesel, I was lucky enough to see an incredible performance out in your regional. You're clearly backing it up on the national stage as well. Take us through that first moto.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I mean, I pulled 42nd gate pick, so that kind of sucks. But we made the best of it. I was far inside gate, started about 5th, and then put down 3 sprint laps, got to the lead, and then just rode my own race.
Yeah, we were talking about it up in the tower. It really seemed like once you moved into that number 1 spot, you were able to kind of manage the race from the rest of there. Did you leave a little left in the tank, get saved up for the second and third motos?
Oh, yes, sir, absolutely.
Hey, well, I know you got great people in your corner helping you out. Who do you need to thank for this first moto win?
I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. All the guys over at Munn, Big J, Big Dan, those guys work really hard. My trainer, Ben and Ryan, the whole Moto Sandbox crew, Race Tech, FMF, Tamer, Fox, OGO, Bell, Monster, and everybody else. Thank you.
There it is. One more time, a round of applause. Your 450B Moto 1 winner, Diesel Thomas. And we're going to have Carter Malcolm coming up next, second in class, going to be grabbing the silver medal, making his way over right now. And we got to post some pictures of these medals. These are some of my